What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Atelier Resleriana video. So today we're going to jump right in. We're going to be taking a look at the new update that's coming to the game here soon. We've got some fantastic updates in this, honestly, some really cool information that pretty much isn't so surprising, because I kind of expected it myself personally, given the difference between us and Japan and where we both are in the game line, or in the game timeline. But first things first, we're going to take a look at how we're going to be going to get the part 2 of the 5 million download event. First things first is that we're going to be getting a new banner, which is going to end up being permanent. I say new, but it's basically permanent. It's going to be there in the wish pool for now until whenever, but basically we're going to be getting a weekly bonus or weekly gift of 20 Atelier Fest wish tickets, which we'll see the banner here in a second. I'll take a look at it so you guys can see, but we're going to be getting a total of 100 wish tickets over the course of 5 weeks. So basically, for the first week, just as a celebration for the 5 million downloads, we're going to be getting the 20 tickets, which those should already be in your inbox. You should already have them from last night's update. So I just grabbed mine too, so we'll do some pulls at the end of the stream. And then, of course, we're going to get, from there on, every single week following, those two sets of those sets of 20 tickets, basically, to keep on pulling. And the banner is going to end up being permanent over the course of time, at least within the JP game. Within the JP version, we'll get tickets along the way every so often that we can use towards that banner, which, if you haven't already seen it, it's already in the game. It's right here. It's going to be at the very end, past the Meru banner. So we'll take a look. Let me go all the way over here. So this banner right here. So we're gonna you see, we'll have the tickets that we can use towards this banner. The weird thing is, don't get it twisted, because none of these are rate up characters. It looks like it just looking at it off top of the back. I mean, granted, it doesn't stay rate up at all, but I can see people thinking that since these are the quote unquote featured units, or it looks like they're the featured units, Ryza, Marie, Judy, and Resna, well, Lightning Resna, but unfortunately they're not. There's no rate up whatsoever. It's just pretty much the standard banner with all of the characters that were in the game from launch. So, at the beginning of the launch of the game. So not any of the limited characters aren't going to be in here. It's just a straight pull of all the characters that we had from the get-go. So, it's still cool. At the end of the day, it's free pulls. Can't be mad about that. It's an opportunity to get the characters you probably are missing. Like, for example, I really want to get Fierce at some point because I really like her, but I don't have her at all. Maybe I'll pull her. Corneria is another. Logi is another one that I would love to get. I was pretty lucky on my JP account and actually got Fierce and Logi from my Fest pool, so it's not too bad. It's very possible to get some characters that you're really missing, or even if you just want for collection purposes, it's very possible to get them. And it's pretty even, across the board. So nice to have that. But like I said, this will be permanent in the game from here on, and over the course of as time goes, we're going to be getting some tickets along the way, or tickets for that. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and grab mine. So we got our tickets here, and then we'll get to this in a minute. We got some free memorias as well too, which is also going to be in the announcements here as well. These were, of course, the same ones that we got in the JP version of the game, the same exact memorias and everything, pretty much full on, max copies right away. Can't be mad about that. For a lot of people who don't have maxed out memorias, this is definitely, a nice way to, if anything, whether or not you use them for the stats or not, whether or not they're any good, at least you got something that you can put towards status on some characters that aren't like the R or SR Memoria. I've seen some people try to make do with some of those Memorias, and it's just like, it sucks if you don't have to do that. So it's not so always nice to get anything free. Obviously, are they the best memorias? No, but we'll go over them probably as well too. But they're not bad for what they are. But yeah, so we're gonna be getting these tickets week by week over the course of 5 weeks, total of 100 pulls. So love that, love to see it. Next, we're going to get into the letter here from the development team, which I was kind of like going over a little bit of it. It's some really cool info in here. And like I said, there's some stuff in here that I really thought kind of expected for them to do. So pretty much this beginning just kind of starts off with them talking about, hey, congrats. We're happy to see that people enjoy our game, celebrating the 5 million downloads, normal stuff, nothing too crazy there. So it is what it is. Then it goes over the free wishes that we're going to be getting. As I just said, week to week we're getting 20, total of 100, and there's the rollover for how when we're going to be getting those tickets. So you'll see that there. Going over the free Memoria that we got, love that. So all the information is there. This is probably where the meat of the important parts of this thing, which is already down, we're already down past halfway. But the main part of the letter here from Junzo Hozoi is this right here. For it says update contents for March. It says with the game update scheduled for Thursday, March 7th, we'll be adding various events starting with chapter 5 of the main story, as well as some new features. Now, this is we're getting this early. We wouldn't have been getting because in JP, technically, if I'm not mistaken, the next banner would have been Halloween. I would have been getting the Halloween event alongside it, which we'll get into that in a second too. So that's one thing. But so instead of getting the Halloween event, we're gonna jump right into straight up getting chapter 5, which is still pretty good. And it says, we'll hope that you'll enjoy what we have lined up for the month. First, let me introduce you to some new features, starting with photo mode. Photo mode, self-explanatory. You know, if you've played any of the Atelier games, if you played any of the any Gus games, like Reflection as well, they usually come with some sort of photo mode in them where you can take some cute pictures and poses. The downside of this, which I think they mention here as well, that in the future they're going to give us some different backgrounds for the characters, as well as allow us to have multiple characters instead of just the one. So to start, we're only going to just be able to have just the one for now, which is fine. You know, if you're into that. Me personally, I'm not into that. I know I've seen some people take some questionable photos with photo mode before, and you know, from posts on like different social media groups for the Atelier community. But you know, it is what it is. If you're into that, if that sort of thing, you know, I love that for you guys, people who love taking some nice photos with the characters you love. All for it. And down the line, you can expect, I know it's still not in the JP version, the new backgrounds and multiple characters, so it's probably going to be a minute before we even get to see that, so who knows. Next, we're going to be taking a look at the improvements to the research feature, as we've received some feedback that it's difficult to switch up party formations to include a wide variety of characters, as training them all up takes quite a bit of effort. In response to this, we'll be adding the new feature, Training Research, which allows you to raise your character's minimum levels. With this feature, you can use shiny coins to unlock more research levels. All characters can have their minimum level raised to match that of your 5 highest level characters, so switching up your party is now easier. So basically what this means is that let's say your favorite 5 characters, right? They're all level 60. As long as they're all level 60, and you do your research, spend your shiny coins to level them up, every character that you switch into your party from as part of that main 5 will automatically, I think they'll automatically get boosted to level 60, which is really great for team comps. You can try some things out if you want to without having to spend the candy resource to get them to level 60. But if your characters, I believe if they're already level 40, you won't be able to use that feature. I think that's how it is in JP, if I'm not mistaken. So honestly, it's really, really good. This is probably the best part, and one of the headaches of like, even for someone like me who wants to make content on different team comps, especially like if I'm trying to do like some free-to-play stuff, it's a little rough because having to put in the resources to level characters up and do the grow boards. Now that's the thing too, you're gonna have to do the grow boards. You don't just get them to level 60 just because you can. You have to have the grow boards leveled up, but grow board materials are so easy to come by. I'm not really worried about that, and you guys should have abundance of them anyway. But you know, this is a great way for people to try out different combinations of characters, memorias, etc. The downside of what's next here, which they're talking about increasing the party setup limit, we're going to go from 6 parties to 10. The weird thing about this is I don't think anyone asked for this. I don't really believe this is necessary. Like, I don't know anybody, I mean, unless somebody really just wants to have their mono comps together for like tower, I could see that maybe, but either way, at the end of the day, we still can't effectively put on equipment. So you can't do loadouts for equipment on each setup of your parties. Either way, you're going to be interchanging or switching out your weapons, armors, accessories, all that. So this doesn't really do anything for anybody. But again, if you're just someone that wants to have your mono team set up, which I can understand that. I've been that in some games before in the past where I've had each party setup as for a different specific thing. So maybe if that's your jam, you can do that. But like I said, the biggest part of it really sucks is that you can't tie equipment to loadouts, to party loadouts. So what can you do? That's just kind of how it goes. But the really cool thing about this is we're looking at updates that are going to be coming in the future, right? So I don't think it should have to be said. I feel like it makes sense, even though we were going to be getting, technically we should have been getting Halloween next, but it's not Halloween. Like, bitch, it's March. So it doesn't make sense to get a Halloween event. It only makes sense for us to get those when they're actually happening live and in person, live in the world. So going forward for events, that's what I expect to happen. So for Halloween, Christmas with like Christmas Resna and Christmas Patty, I love that too. I love Christmas Patty. The Christmas characters are really, really good. I can't wait for you guys to get to play with them. But the crazy thing about it too, which really sucks, and I'll show you guys here in a second. We'll get into this right here. Let's take a look at Barrel Wisdom. The crazy part about this is that Halloween is such a really good pivotal event for JP because it really brought one, good characters, and then two, some really good equipment. Some equipment that is still pretty relevant and still pretty meta in terms of where the game is in JP. For example, Halloween Plocta, wonderful support character. Support, but she's not support, but a buffer. She's a really good buffer in terms of, as a replacement, not a replacement, but if you didn't have her, like she would have came before Liddy, basically. She would have came before Liddy, so she would have been essentially the best buffer that you could put in slot currently, but with us skipping the Halloween event, she's not going to be coming right away. So the problem is then we're going to be getting Liddy before her, which again, Liddy's best either way, but for things like Slash Tower, when you do Slash Tower, she's pivotal for that. She's such a good character to have for Slash Tower, and we're going to miss out on her for the time being anyway, obviously. And plus, a lot of you guys probably aren't really focusing on those towers, I imagine, because that stuff at the end of the day is end game. Trying to beat all those stages. So a lot of people, I don't expect to even be doing that right now, or having the full-on characters and clips to do them anyway. But Halloween Plocta would have been a really good character for that. So it sucks that we didn't get to see her for that. So for whatever reason, I couldn't find this on Barrel Wisdom. I kept trying to go under the JP section, but it was being really weird, so I had to find it elsewhere. One of the other important weapons that came out of the Halloween event, which is still pretty meta, is the Vampire Staff. And this is, in case I was wondering, this is just a community doc that's being ran by some players who are playing the JP version that they're updating constantly as well too, besides Barrel Wisdom. This is also a really good resource for some information and recommendations on different setups and whatnot as well too. This is where I get a lot of my information as well. But anyway, back to the staff. So yeah, staff is really, really, really good. It says, while equipped to an attacker, after attacking, it's going to boost physical attack and magical attack. So it's going to be good for your magic attackers and physical attackers if you want to go that route. Of course, it's got the better magic attack stat, which you can't see it right now, but it's 45 for magic attack and 20 for physical attack, but it kind of makes up for it with the effect as well too. But this is still one of the best weapons that gets used pretty often still for team comps in JP. So this would have been something really nice to have to our repertoire as far as what we can craft and whatnot. So it sucks that we're gonna miss out on that, but we'll have to make do with what we get. So it sucks that we are skipping that event, because Halloween was such a pivotal, really important event for Atelier Resleriana, so it really sucks that we're not gonna get that there. But, hey, we'll see how it goes. One day we'll get there once we get to Halloween. So it'll happen at some point. We're just going to get it later. So, but that pretty much covers what's all coming. I'm excited to see what they do in the future, obviously, in terms of the time frame in which we get new events going forward. Now, obviously, if you look at seasonal stuff, that makes sense that we're not getting those right now, sooner than later. Those are just going to come when they come. I do wonder if we're just going to be behind, year by year, obviously, in the sense of different, of those different holidays. So once Christmas rolls around again for JP, or Halloween rolls around for JP, obviously they're probably going to do either totally new characters or totally new weapons, etc., or even still have a banner for what came before and then something new, but we're just not going to be getting those. That's what I imagine anyway, for each of the holidays as they come, especially even like New Year's. Like, we're not going to get New Year's Mary until, New Year's, which sucks. She's a really good character too as well. So it just depends. We'll see how it goes, but obviously the big thing out of this whole update is, number one, we're going to be getting those tickets, so you can use those. And then on top of that, we got the free SSR Memorias. Again, they're not too crazy. This one isn't too bad. The Destined by the Stars. If you give it to an attacker, you're going to boost your damage by 7% for all allies. That's, again, not horrible, but this is what 7% isn't too much, but it's still something if you need it. And then this one for the Ebony Shadows of Moonlit Light, same percentage for breakers. So yeah. But other than that, like I said, we got the photo mode. Love that for those of us who are gonna, mess with it. Won't be me, but hey, it is what it is. And then the best part, honestly, is the ability, once we get this training research, to be able to level up characters that we just want to try out or put into a team to see what works and what doesn't, instead of having to waste your resources for it. Best part of the update is mainly this, honestly, truly, and of course the free pools. So we'll take a look at that. In the meantime, let me go ahead and do these pools just so we can get them done and out of the way, so we can see what I get, which probably won't be anything. I'll probably get shafted. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so let's go ahead and get into these pools. And I'll probably try to do this like for every update with my tickets going forward, because I've been stupid and wasting them beforehand. But let's see if we get lucky. Maybe we'll get blessed by RNGesus. I don't have support Resna, so honestly, I would love to get her if possible. Or Corneria. I don't have Corneria still too. No Winks. Damn, no Winks. Damn. It's feeling like a shaft. Copy of Reuven. Not bad. Yep. Hey. Big ol' shafty. Yep. This sucks. I knew this was gonna happen. I mean, the plus side, we get crystals still, so, you can use those if you need them. But I expected that. But that's gonna be it for me, guys. Thanks for watching the video. What did you guys think of the update coming up going forward? What's the best part that you're excited about? Are you hyped about the character level ups? Are you hyped about the free wishes? Or are you hyped about photo mode? I know some people are gonna be really down for that. It's just personally not for me, but it is what it is. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, guys, and comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts and feelings are, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.